The team is available to care for your entire family and help you have fun and stay active. Visit us today at barryorthopedics.com.
And don't forget to check out Breaking Bones Sunday morning, 7:30 on 1010XL.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Honey, are you using the hot water?
No.
The water's cold again. How can we fix it? Did you just quack like a duck?
Yep. Duck Rooter, your plumbing pros in Northeast Florida. For water heater installation and service, including tankless water heaters, gas or electric, call for a quote today.
When you're stuck, call the duck. 904-862-6769.
Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine are paying out over $640,000 this month in poker promotions. There will be exciting high-hand specials and no-limit hold'em tournaments all month. Catch Insta Paydays and game day promos at St. Augustine, $300 early bird specials at Orange Park, $500 Fridays at Jacksonville, and much more. Enjoy the best in poker and card games at Best Bet. For more information, visit bestbetjacks.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm Molly McDonald for 1010XL. This update is brought to you by the YMCA. The #1 Georgia Bulldogs take on South Carolina this Saturday at 3:30. The Gamecocks will try and contain an offense that is led by Jacksonville native Carson Beck. Coach Kirby Smart spoke on the game planning leading up to Saturday.
Got a lot of respect for Shane and his staff, the staff he's assembled. They do a tremendous job with their players. They play really hard. Got a lot of respect for those guys. I know they tend to have players from our state, and we tend to have players from their state. There's always a really important game when it comes to playing a school that's this close geographically to you. So I know both teams will be up for the game, and should be a great atmosphere, and hope our fans can give us a home field advantage for this game.
It's 83 degrees at 10:01. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules. You can't have a newcomer come in and steal a show.
I don't want to give away too much, but I like everything that we're doing. Quarterback, come on.
Can't wait. I mean, me and him are equally as excited to play together because he's obviously hadn't played. He hadn't been on the field in forever. So just seeing him, how he's worked, I think that makes me more excited than anything. Like, he's so ready to go.
Without going crazy, the stuff that everyone gets excited about with Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley can easily do the same things. A lot of people have forgotten about Calvin Ridley.
And I've been plugging myself in pretty good, and I like it. I like what I'm going to be able to do.
Tyson's been really good. Really good. Had a really good camp. A young player that kind of picked up where he left off a year ago.
Dropping the throw is Dobbs. Looking, fires deep downfield, and that ball is picked off by Tyson Campbell running it back along the right sideline inside the 30. He's knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. What a play by Tyson Campbell.
And I feel like he's going to be a top 5 corner by the end of this year. That's what I'm saying.
There's some good quarterbacks in the AFC for sure, and if you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. I mean, that's how it's set up for us. Same thing. Last year we had our shot, and we said after the game, we're gonna get our shot again. And when it comes, we just gotta be ready for it, and that's all you can control.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and
Hold my pocket!
Dylan Denmark.
All right, how do you feel about this, Duraco?
About what?
You were excised right out of the open right there. No name.
Oh, I wasn't
No
even
mention
listening.
of Mike Duraco.
Oh.
You don't listen to Dylan's handiwork. Dylan just, like 5 seconds before goes, I can't find Duraco's name
He's
in
just
here.
mad because I didn't finish last.
Well, a newcomer definitely did not come in and steal the show last week.
Negative.
Newcomer came in and bought us breakfast. Well done, Dylan Denmark.
Oh, yeah. From the moment he said the words Christian Watson, and Dempsey and I are just looking at each other like, oh, he's playing the game.
Yeah. And T. Higgins spotted me with a 0 and still.
He did.
Yeah,
He
what
still.
the hell was that? I
that-
thought for sure I was dead in the water when that rolled out.
That was poor roster management.
Oh, yeah, because we all thought Burrow was going to throw for 6 yards.
Well, and-
82. He had 82.
And early on, we have the jinx in the building, as he's already cost J.K. Dobbins his Achilles
Yeah,
for
don't
the
be
year.
picking any Jags, man.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to allow it.
Don't pick any Jags.
Yeah.
What?
He had J.K. Dobbins.
And
last
I
year.
picked J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, I'm like, I didn't take that.
Not you. No, Dylan.
Dylan.
I picked him because I knew that he would end up being hurt. So I was like, I'm going to get him week 1. They're playing the Texans.
Well,
You
this
heard
is
that,
true.
people. He knew. He's not allowed to take
And-
any Jags.
He gave you a decent enough outing.
Yeah.
You know.
Then I
so.
see my man hobbling off the field. I'm like, well, there goes my breakfast bowl.
All right, we'll get to the breakfast bowl in hour number 2, week 2 today. But thank you to Dylan Denmark for purchasing food from Maple Street this morning for everybody.
It was delicious.
Said
yeah.
it was close to the house. So, hey,
Nummy.
that's fine. I'm like, whatever's right on the way, the last thing. We all know what that ends up being pretty much every time I've had to
What do
buy
you want
breakfast.
from the gate?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, why not? You know what I want? Dandy. You wait and see, buddy. You're going to get dandy breakfast items one of these weeks this year, unless I keep winning.
Do it today.
Which is very possible. And I will. I'll do it today. I'll do it this week. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Jaguars Today. Mike DeRocco from ESPN is here. Fat Tony, Dylan Denmark, Mike Dempsey here with you. D-Rock, how they treating it down there this week? Like trying to downplay the significance of this game, leaning into it a little bit. Like, how do you feel with the home opener against the Chiefs approaching the Jaguars' attitude is?
It's funny because I was talking about this with somebody yesterday, maybe. I get the sense that this doesn't have the feel of that Patriots game in 2018. But their guys have said, yeah, look, they beat us twice last year. We want to avenge that, revenge it. Josh Allen, it's personal to me. Personally want to atone for the game last year. And, even Christian Kirk said, yeah, we got something, we feel like we have something for those guys. But even with all that, I still don't get and maybe I don't get the feel from the city too, because I don't feel it's the same.
Well, you had the rallying cry back then of
Right,
Miles Jack
exactly.
wasn't down.
Miles Jack
you could point
wasn't
to that
down.
one moment you felt like you were robbed. You felt like you were the better team.
Correct.
I think
And
Jack
I don't
fans
think
like, hey, we're not there yet.
Right, and
year.
I don't think the players or the team has looked at this game all offseason.
Correct.
The way they did that year. That was something that you could tell the whole entire offseason, that was what they were focused on. We got screwed out of the Super Bowl. We hate the Patriots.
You wait.
You wait.
We'll
just
get them
wait.
back. We'll show you.
Yeah, just wait.
To the point where they almost were disinterested in that Giants opener.
Right. Well,
it didn't even feel that way on Monday. Right?
No.
When we came in for, a victory Monday, they win against the Colts by 10. It was all about what happened in the Colts game, what they need to do to get better in that game. I can remember 2018 at the start of that season. When they won that Giants game, the moment we showed up for the show that morning, it was, all right, now the season starts. It's Patriots.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Got that
was
out of the way.
Feel from the jump. That was how the fan base was reacting to it. Not so much this year. Even from the fan base, it's, all right, show us who you are this week. Right?
I don't get the sense. Fans hated the Patriots, and they hated Brady.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get the sense that they hate the Chiefs and hate Mahomes.
At
least not yet, exactly. But I just don't feel that this is as circled the calendar as much as that other one was. But Tony's right. There is a sense in that building of, it's a benchmark game, measuring stick. Look, if we're going to legitimately be a contender in the AFC, these are the games we got to win.
Got to beat them at some point.
This should be the benchmark game for any team that the Chiefs are on their schedule. They're the Super Bowl champs.
Well, yes, but especially for a team that's trying to get to that level and feels like they're close. I think that you're not going to have a better chance. You're here at home. It's not going to be as hot as you wanted, but it's going to be swampy out there. We can guarantee that. And you've got Kelsey playing his first game and Chris Jones playing his first game, which means he's not going to play probably anywhere close to the normal amount of snaps he would play.
Yeah, but still, 20, 25 snaps of Chris Jones
Correct.
is impactful.
Correct, but you're not going to have a better shot at him than you will right now.
I agree with that. Everything's set up early in the season, so you got to take advantage of this opportunity. We can't just be the team that, if everything's perfect, we got a chance. Well, yeah, you got a great chance here because everything's not perfect for them, and you've got them in your home stadium, like you said, and, a little bit of momentum coming off a week 1 victory. I don't know if that matters or not, really. But
well, I think it does, just because of the way the game played out.
Yeah, but if the Chiefs had won the game last week on a last-second Harrison Butker field goal against the Lions, I don't know if that would make them play any better or worse against the Jags this week.
No. But
and there's always that, do they have more of a sense of desperation coming in to not fall 0-2? I do believe that's a real thing to some degree. Like, you feel like, oh, my God, we cannot, it's not like you're trying hard anyway, but look, let's be honest. Some guys give more focused efforts at different times, right? And sometimes, you get that L at home when you're just used to dominating early in the season, particularly in Kansas City. And then maybe that, not that they overlook the lines or anything like that, but maybe it's a little bit of a circle the wagon wake-up call.
Which team do you think played worse in stretches, the Chiefs or the Jags in week 1? Because that third quarter was not good for the Jags.
No, but it depends on what aspect you're talking about. I mean, Kadarius Toney couldn't hang on to a football. Yeah. So they both played poorly in stretches.
Right. I kind of feel like I would say it would have been the Chiefs just because of the fact that the Toney said their wide receivers are just meh.
Yes.
They're if
any one of the Jags' top 3 would be the best receiver on that team at this moment.
No question. And there are not many teams in NFL history, or however you want to phrase it, that run their offense through the tight end. And it's clearly run through Kelsey in Kansas City. Maybe
the ones that have been
pretty successful.
Hall of Fame tight end offenses. I mean, I don't know if Eric Coryell ran it through Kellen Winslow Sr., but he was pretty big part of that. You look at Shannon Sharp in his Denver and Baltimore days.
Tony Gonzalez?
Yeah, the greats.
Right. Yeah.
Antonio Gates was the focal point of the passing game for many years with the Chargers. So, that does go to show you where he stands among the all-time greats. I mean, he'll go down as the most prolific, if not the best, the most prolific pass-catching tight end that ever played at the time of his retirement. Then somebody will come along and probably beat his numbers at some point.
Will Taylor Swift make an appearance?
I'm going to say no. Taylor Dahl already tweeting out, hey, don't get it twisted. It's not me, but I'm available. Words to that effect. I didn't put it out there. Taylor threw that out there on social media.
I didn't do it, but I would.
I didn't, but I would. So just letting you know, Trav, if it doesn't work out with that other Taylor, we got the good Taylor in our neck of the woods. Taylor had a nice breakfast this morning because, I'm still on the weight loss plan. So I appreciate Pockets buying me a nice breakfast. I hope it was expensive. It looked expensive.
Did you ask Taylor what she wanted?
Well, I asked her thinking it would be from the other place. And
we got to give him credit. He came strong.
He did go well. Well, E.T. did that too, first time out. He went to first watch.
Yep. Right.
Then E.T. was bringing us a handful of dry cereal, throw it in the room, have at it,
Yeah. Eat that.
Eat that.
Cereal,
or
no
not,
milk.
I don't care.
Cereal with no milk?
Cereal, no milk, just crunchy, whatever was left up in the
dry snack, yeah.
It was up on the top shelf of the cabinets, not even in the cabinets, on the top, way in the back, covered in dust.
Little stale.
Now here's the question I have.
Yes.
So if to continue this curse I have, obviously with J.K. Dobbins, should I pick Kelsey and Mahomes?
Well, that's what has been suggested. If you do that, it's understandable because we got the brand new Pockets curse happening here. If D-Rock does it, it's because he's a bad person.
I would say yeah, it seems like it's almost like you have to pick 5 Chiefs if you're going to go that direction.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll pick them for you.
Right?
Noah Gray.
You get to take the first couple and then we choose the other 3? Maybe
the Belldozer. You get the Belldozer.
I got an hour to think about it.
Belldozer in the flex.
You should take Chris Jones, too, just to make everyone else feel better.
Mm-hmm. Just trying to put the whammy on him this week.
Whatever. Somebody wants to subsidize your breakfast buying, that might be what it takes to go down that road. All right, today, if you want to be a part of the program, let's throw the question of the day out there. It's similar in some ways to yesterday's question, but it's not the same question. We'll go over the results of that one. Got over 900 votes yesterday. Heading into week 2, what is your biggest concern for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Is it the health of the offensive line? Is it, can they cover Travis Kelce? Because that's a very specific concern coming up. Is it the pass rush, which not many people are picking today, but that's been the major theme of the offseason? Or is it, this one's for Terrence, Press Taylor calling plays? Okay, because for some people that is
it is for
akin
some
to
people.
standing on the ledge right now with the toes dangling over the precipice. So anyway, you can vote on that one. At MD_1010XL, but also hit us up at 1010XL Fat Tony, at ESPN DeRocco, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Hold my pocket.
641-1010 on the phone lines designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I'm sorry, on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines, a text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Same number works there. And you hit us up in the YouTube chat this morning as well. So lots of ways to get your thoughts in front of us and to share them as we talk Jaguar football as they get ready to take on the Chiefs. In the home opener, we'll hear from Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson, both speaking yesterday. We got a Breakfast Bowl draft coming up in hour number 2, and we'll take your calls, texts, and otherwise straight ahead. With Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Underdog Fantasy. You know what? You don't need to draft a whole new fantasy team to get in on the fun with Underdog. At this point in the season, you can play their pick'em game strictly for tonight if you want. You pick between 2 to 5 players, select whether they'll go higher or lower on one of their stats, and do what you usually spend game night doing, kicking back and watching football. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single outing by going 5 for 5. It's a fantasy game, but there is real cash on the line, and it's so fun and completely legal in the state of Florida. So head over to Underdog's easy-to-use mobile app or website and sign up using promo code 1010XL. When you do that, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. They also have a mystery special Pick'em Live in their Pick'em lobby only for new customers, so you'll see that, and it'll be a ridiculously easy decision to make, like over 1/2 yard or more than 1/2 yard. You pick that, and you're halfway to a 2-team combo. Remember, that's Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code 1010XL. Make your first deposit of $10 or more to get that deposit doubled as well. You must be 18 or older and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org.
This is Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Studios.
JOI, where the pros go.
Yo, it's your boy E.T., and I'm back at it again with my instant reactions brought to you by none other than Brackish Vodka. Be sure to check them out on all social platforms. You never know what I'm going to do or say. That's E.T.'s Instant Reactions, powered by Brackish Vodka. Come on, somebody.
Now, the Florida State Seminole Report, brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team.
Conference play for the Noles kicks off this week against Boston College, and Mike Norvell spoke on FSU's matchup against the Eagles.
Playing, a Boston College team, that's tough. They're physical. Their offensive line, they've got a lot of guys back. Last year, they really dealt with a lot of injuries. It was tough and challenging for them. They're going to try to create movement up front.
I'm RJ Saunders with your Ag Pro Seminole Report.
Fall into savings at your local Ag Pro. Get a John Deere 1023E compact tractor and loader to help maintain your property for just $181 per month, plus 0% financing for 84 months. And don't forget to ask about our Machinery Shield extended warranty. Visit agproco.com/fall or stop by your local Ag Pro to learn more. Offer ends 10/27/23. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hey, bourbon lovers, Tim Pearson here, founder of Chattanooga Whiskey, the only Tennessee high malt. Did you know that Chattanooga Whiskey was awarded Craft Producer of the Year by Whiskey Magazine? It's true. We spent years perfecting our uniquely crafted, award-winning style of bourbon we call Tennessee high malt, with notes of butterscotch, toasted honey, and chocolate-covered cherries. And since the fall is finally here, so is bourbon season. Celebrate with a bourbon that is truly the world's best in craft. Drink Chattanooga Whiskey, enjoy responsibly.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Three-time SEC champion Chris Doering joins Dan and Jeff on The Drill.
I wish I'd seen you play football.
Wednesdays at 8:15.
I want the ball.
Winners always do. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah on 1010XL.
Are you a meat lover searching for quality cuts? Southern Steer Butcher uses a vacuum tumbler to marinate and tenderize our chicken and world-famous steak tips.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about enjoying your life. So often we can go through life trying to make a living instead of making a life. Yes, it's good to be goal-oriented, but let me encourage you today that our days are numbered. We're not promised tomorrow, so go out and take time to be with your family. You'll always have your work, but you won't always have your family.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
With roofers knocking on your door every week after a storm, you may not know who to trust with a home improvement repair. You need a company that's fully licensed and doing it the right way. All Pro Roofing will professionally assess your needed repairs for roofs, windows, doors, and exteriors. If you think you may need repairs after a storm, call All Pro Roofing Windows and Exteriors. allproroofingllc.com. License number CCC 1327056, CBC 060138.
Players Grill Oakleaf is now open for business. Grab the family and get to Players Grill Oakleaf off of Oakleaf Plantation Parkway and try the best tasting wings you've ever had. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
Jaguars football is officially back. Be there for our highly anticipated 2023 home opener Sunday, September 17th, when your AFC South champs take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Kickoff is at 1, so be sure to grab your gear and help us teal out the stands. Lock in your seats now at jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you back at the bank.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's a Mike DeRocco Thursday on Jaguars Today. Is brought to you by Lloyd's Heating and Air on 1010XL.
Spags has a great scheme for those guys, does a great job in the back end, and they can play. So there's a lot of challenges that they present, and we kind of know what they like to do, what they want to do, but they also do a really good job of mixing it up and keeping you on your toes.
That's Trevor Lawrence yesterday on the Chiefs defense. Keep you on your toes, better than on your back, I suppose, as far as that goes. But we'll hear more from Trevor coming up here momentarily. Just reading this piece over at Pro Football Talk, and the question is, will Lane Johnson get flagged for false start, moving early tonight? Because he does that like Juwan Taylor, likes to get an early start. But this is how Florio started his little item. There he goes. Last Thursday night, the officials made a mockery of the pre-snap rules by repeatedly letting Juwan Taylor, A, line up in the backfield, B, move his right leg when he was supposed to be still, and C, start into his pass block set early, which he's been doing.
Like, has no one watched this team for the last 3 years,
well,
4 years?
His contention is the league doesn't care. The league is trying to protect quarterbacks, and they will err on the side of protecting quarterbacks on these kind of things. Like, okay, if the offensive lines are I'm not saying it's the right thing.
Right. What I would say is what I was surprised about more than the false start movement, which clearly he's been getting away with whatever, is how far in the backfield he was lining up. I thought that's what would get him because he's in the backfield.
Right.
I mean, there is no way you can't look at that and go, he's not in the backfield. If you look down the line of scrimmage, he's in the backfield.
It would be incompetent to not point it out. Now, somebody said yesterday, you loved it yesterday or you loved it last year when Juwan did it. Yeah. As long as he got away with it, I love anything the Jags are able to get away with. You're correct. I'm not going to be impartial on that. We recognize that he could get called for it, but we hoped he didn't. He doesn't play for the Jags anymore, so damn right I hope he gets called for it.
Yeah. Look,
frequently as possible.
I'm with you, D-Rock. That's the part of it that bothered me too. Like, if he can time the snap as well as it seems like he can time the snap, good for him, right? That's a skill that he's developed. Good on you, man, for being able to do that as well as Taylor seems to be able to do it. The allowing him to line up a foot behind where he's allowed to line up in a game that is about the inches, right? Like, it really is about those inches that we have a rule, but we're not going to enforce it. You know, we don't want quarterbacks to get hit, that kind of thing. We're okay with offense explode. That's what we want to see. Like, if that really is the way the league is going to approach all that kind of stuff, then why even have a rule book?
Well, if the league's going to approach it, then every offensive lineman needs to start playing that way.
Absolutely.
Right? And, I mean, including the Jags, and making sure you're taking full advantage of whatever opportunities. The irony would be you'd see a Jag offensive lineman line up like that this week, and he'll get flagged immediately.
Yeah.
And everyone will be like, but. And then camera cuts to Juwan Taylor, who's just snickering on the Chiefs sideline.
The other question I have about it, too, is the movement of the back leg once he was set. Because isn't that a false start?
You would think.
I mean, you're not allowed to move. I mean,
it's any kind of twitch.
Right.
You twitch your knuckles, and they're calling guys sometimes. So, yeah, but I don't know if Florio's wrong here. You know what I mean? Like, if the NFL, if you told the NFL secretly, hey, man, we're going to allow 5 blatant holding calls, we're going to look away every game, and no quarterback will get hurt all season, they'd take that in a second.
Well, yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? But so you can't know the outcome, but you know how important Mahomes is to the NFL. I mean, he's the face of the league if there is a face of the league, and so they're going to do everything they can to make sure that Patrick Mahomes is not going down in a heap, if possible.
On the opener
on Thursday Night Football.
Well, clearly they didn't talk to the Jets.
Well, I mean, in that case, I don't know. I mean, it was such a gentle tackle on Aaron Rodgers. It wasn't any kind of brutal thing whatsoever.
I don't think the tackle had anything to do with it.
It was time to go. Like the thing was going to go, it seems like, and it was destined to fail soon. Anyway, that's what it appeared. All right, let's get into Trevor. Speaking yesterday, really looking ahead now. This is not looking back at the Colts game. But how big is this game coming up, the home opener for the Jags?
I think it's just the next game on our schedule. Obviously of course it's a big game, and this is, the reigning Super Bowl champs, whatever you want to say. And this has been the last however many years, this has been the best team in the league. So I think there's that added, let's go get this one. Let's kind of show who we are, but it's the next game for us. We're just trying to go 1-0 this week.
Well, with that in mind, another follow-up question to that, where Trevor Lawrence says you can't make this game against the Chiefs any bigger than it really is.
Don't make it bigger than it is, but it is a big game. It's an AFC game. It's Kansas City coming into our place. Like I said, we lost to them twice last year, lost to them in the playoffs. So, of course, there is a little bit of that added edge for us. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to go play on Sunday, and it doesn't change the game. But, of course, we're going to prepare our best to go win this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't have bought the whole next team up thing. But at the same time, you don't want to make them like they're...
It's not the Super Bowl.
No, it's not the Super Bowl, and they're not unbeatable. And it's a different year. It really is. And the Chiefs team that we saw last Thursday didn't resemble the team that won the Super Bowl because the guys that weren't available to them. And even if they are available this week, they still might not resemble that team fully. It's not that team, and it's not the same Jags team for that matter. So, yeah, I totally get you don't want to put too much emphasis on a game in week 2, because then where do you go if you lose that game? You hype this up. It was so big. It was your home opener. But I think they know internally. I mean, it's pretty clear what the stakes are for this game. I'm sure that's being communicated behind closed doors if they weren't aware already. I mean, just, the opportunity to give yourself some breathing room in the conference against the presumptive best team in the AFC is pretty amazing where they find themselves right now.
Yeah, and as we talked about yesterday with the poll question we put up, right, and saying what is the most important thing, right? And, I fell on protect Trevor Lawrence, and it feeds into exactly what you were just saying, Demps. It's this Sunday, the Jags have a chance to go on the field and show us who you are, right, in 2023. And if you show the city of Jacksonville and you show the Chiefs who you are, you're showing the league, right? If you beat the Chiefs at any point and you're one of the teams that's expected to be a competitor in the AFC, when you beat the Chiefs, that is a here is who we are kind of moment in the league, whatever year that happens to be right now. That's the opportunity that's out in front of them. It doesn't mean that if they lose to the Chiefs, oh, I guess they're not any good. That's not what it is. It's if you beat the Chiefs, it confirms everything everyone has been saying about this football team throughout the offseason of, oh, that really is who they are, right?
Right.
They are a team that can get in the way of the Chiefs and the Bengals and all these teams in the conference.
Right, and what people say doesn't matter that much.
No.
But it's really a reflection of what your record is. And, so you could go out there and you could play this great game and lose on a fluke and have people respect you. I'd rather win on a fluke and have people go, oh, you stole that, because it's not going to change anything else. You either got the win or the loss. You don't get brownie points for playing better.
I would love for that to be the thing. We said it yesterday. I would love for that to be the thing that Chiefs fans are saying when they have to travel here in January. It was a fluke when you beat us the first time.
It was this, that, the other thing.
Enjoy the plane trip.
Yeah, whatever.
Right? Like we'll see you in January. Who cares?
We got barbecue, too. All right. By the way, D-Rock, Tony referenced it. This was yesterday's question. Which of these things is the most important factor if the Jags are going to win this week? Is it cover Travis Kelce? Is it have a strong running game? Is it pressure Patrick Mahomes? Or is it protect Trevor Lawrence? Which one thing is the number one item for winning this game? I mean, protect Trevor is always the theme.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's not the theme this week as well, but what do you say?
Because of the offensive line injuries, I might lean towards that last one, mainly too because of Chris Jones coming back, and that's a whole different ball game there. But I worked this out. If you look from 2018, or I looked this up, from 2018 through last week, okay, and how quick quarterbacks are in terms of or how few times they're sacked, quarterback sack percentage, which is basically the number of sacks per dropbacks.
Okay.
The top three are like Breeze, Roethlisberger, and I can't even remember who the other one was.
Okay.
But then after that, you have Mahomes and then Trevor. So he gets rid of the ball really quickly anyway. But so that would lead me not to go with that. But I just don't like what's happening on the interior of the line there. With Fortner being hurt, and now who's going to start at center? If it's Shatley, then who's your right guard? Or do you go ahead and keep Shatley at right guard for Sheriff because he's not going to play? And then you start Darrell Williams or someone else at center? I don't know.
It's either that. It's either, like, if both guys were to miss, it's either Shatley at center, which that would be my guess because it's such an important position, and then maybe Blake Hance would be your guard.
But then you've got the rookie right tackle and Blake Hance next to each other.
I understand that, but, I mean.
You could put Shatley in between.
You could.
And that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
I don't either.
I think Fortner's going to play. That seemed to be the indication that Doug Peterson was giving us. But he's got an ankle. So.
He's got a pair of them.
Yeah, I mean, how does that impact what he's able to do? And look, if I'm the Chiefs, I'm putting Chris Jones over Blake Hance.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I'm putting who's that guy?
But you know what? That's going to be the case. You can put him over anybody. You can put over Williams. You can put him over anybody you choose.
Right, but you would obviously want him going against the guy who has no idea what he's dealing with.
Yeah, understood. One more here from Trevor on this side. We'll come back with more from your Jaguar quarterback. Says the team knows the Chiefs well now as they get ready to play him for a third time since he's been here.
Yeah, I mean, I think you get more of a feel playing them twice in one season of what they do really well, what they want to do defensively, and I'm sure vice versa offensively for our defense. But of course, you get more of a feel the more you play someone, and we've had the opportunity to play them twice. So now going on a third time. But again, some of the guys have changed. Obviously, they get Chris back this week. He'll be up front. He's always going to be a big part of the plan. You got to know where he's at. He's a great player, and they got a lot of other guys too on the D-line that are playing really well.
And, wouldn't doubt the Chiefs are saying the same thing. Hey, we know a little bit more. We feel a little bit more comfortable going up against this team because we faced them twice last year. Now they haven't done it here. and they haven't done in this particular set of circumstances. So every game is its own thing. More from Trevor Lawrence coming up straight ahead. A little bit from Doug Peterson as well. Breakfast Bowl next hour. D-Rock's here. Fat Tony, Dylan Denmark, Mike Dempsey. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Awaken 180 Weight Loss, a complete program. This is not some fad diet. It's not some low-cal thing where you can't have any carbs whatsoever. No, in fact, I'm eating about 2,000 calories a day right now. I'm eating all the time. In fact, I'm rarely hungry with Awaken 180 Weight Loss because they've come up with a great system where you eat frequently, smaller meals, really kickstart your metabolism, and the weight has been falling off. 16 pounds in 2 weeks, but the promise of keeping it off is the thing that's really exciting about Awaken 180 Weight Loss, because I've lost weight in the past, but I'm the classic yo-yo dieter. I go way up on the number again. That is the goal, to keep it off this time. If you're in that boat with me, you'd like to lose 4 or 5 pounds a week, you can do it with Awaken 180 Weight Loss, the long-term solution for weight loss. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go online to awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Get the game day feeling 5 hours before kickoff on the famous Automotive Tire and Quick Lube Kickoff Show. Live from Tailgaters Parking. It's your first game day pregame show. Presented by Clearwater Irrigation and Gatorade Fast Twitch.
Key Buick GMC receive up to $10,000 on select new GMCs. Receive special financing on GMCs, rates as low as 0.9% for 36 months, or 3.1% for 60 months, even 5.1% APR for 72 months. Key Buick GMC always comes with the powertrain warranty when you buy a new vehicle, and always has the powertrain warranty. Across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gate, Key Buick GMC.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and Twitter to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community-owned utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
At Ratify Credit Union, we know that a dream home is about more than location and square footage. It's about fulfilling the dream of homeownership and all the dreaming that takes place inside. Building a nursery, starting a business, throwing a graduation party. That's why at Ratify, we're more than just home lenders. We're the fulfiller of dreams. With home and home equity loans that prove dream homes do come true. Ratify Credit Union. Make waves. Ratify Credit Union is an equal housing lender insured by NCUA.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On XL Primetime from noon to 3, on Helmets and Heels Tuesday nights.
I swear to you, I know her.
And you can follow me on the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
Money Pages is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. With 20 years of helping local businesses grow, Money Pages is Jacksonville's trusted multimedia leader. Money Pages has extensive experience in magazine publishing, direct mail, digital marketing, and branding. The Money Pages complete marketing system provides advertisers with integrated fulfillment to promote your business with multiple marketing channels. To learn more about advertising locally with a brand who knows Jacksonville, visit moneypages.com.
Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need help fixing a plumbing issue? Let our winning team go to work for you. 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Dailies Dash today to get your delicious Duval sub. Dailies is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
The First Coast has voted. Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is proud to be chosen as Bold City's best in the orthopedic practice and physical therapy and rehab centers categories once again. For the last 29 years, JOI has continually strived for the highest level of orthopedic surgery and rehab care. As the needs of the community evolve, so will they. That's why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Call them at JOI 2000 or visit JOI.net. JOI, where the pros go.
Hey, Matt Hayes here. Expert Automotive is now open at our brand new state-of-the-art facility on St. John's Bluff Road. As always, every repair comes with a lifetime service repair warranty. Come celebrate our grand reopening by getting a free AC inspection, $50 off any repair, $199 brake specials, and free diagnostics all month long. Call 374-3373 or visit us at our new location at 2190 St. John's Bluff Road. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Zay Jones is hungry for a win this Sunday as he feels there is unfinished business between the Jags and the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think we just hold ourselves to a high standard. We're not really on like the happy to be here train. I think we're more so we have unfinished, business to do, and we know we can do it. Yeah, I just think that we're still just very hungry.
Zay Jones, courtesy of Jaguars.com. JTA Game Day Express is back. Save gas and avoid parking hassles as the Jaguars take on Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday. Let them do the driving. With 5 locations and passes starting at $10 on the MyJTA app. To learn more, visit JTAFLA.com. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars Update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. D-Rock on Jags Today is brought to you by Lloyd's Heating and Air. Commercial and residential on 1010XL.
D-Rock in the house. Hey, we're going to get back to this Trevor Lawrence audio in a moment. D-Rock, what surprised you about Sunday? Anything good or bad that you think might be something we were wrong about? You know what I mean? Like, because things can happen in week one that not necessarily indicative of.
I thought the pass rush was okay.
Yeah.
And I think 2 of Josh's sacks were, chasing him out of bounds, I guess. But he was there in position and made the pressure against a guy that's you were expecting to be pretty hard to get to just because of his ability to run. So
it wasn't an all-out attack the quarterback pass rush.
But I thought he and Trayvon Walker played really, really well. I thought Foley Fatukasi played really well in the middle of that line as well.
Good to see,
and that probably hasn't gotten enough attention. But I think just the effectiveness, and it looked like Trayvon Walker was more active with his hands, and that's kind of what you want to see. You want to see some growth, and I saw a little bit of that. So I guess that would be the thing, because I've been really down on the pass rush, as everybody knows.
Who hasn't?
I mean, it's just been, the biggest issue. And now I would say going into this game, I'm not as concerned with that as much, because you're just, as a general rule, you're probably not going to get to Pat Mahomes just because he gets rid of the ball so darn quick. And even when he doesn't, he's able to move around. He's way more mobile than, I think people even think. And he is always looking to throw when he runs, always looking to throw. So I don't know that they're going to get to him a ton. So my bigger concern this week is the offensive line and how they handle Chris Jones and how they handle the injuries.
Yeah, going into a game against the Chiefs, Mahomes is going to make plays.
It is what it is.
Like, that's just the way that things are going to work out in all likelihood. I think that's why, when we were discussing yesterday's poll, a moment ago, I went with protect Trevor Lawrence, in part because not only do they have issues on the offensive line, and the Fortner thing popped up after we even had the discussion about that yesterday on the show, but we've spent the offseason, D-Rock, talking about we feel like the Jags have built a team they can score with the Chiefs. They can score with the Bills. They can score with the Bengals. The cream of the crop in the league, we feel like they can go toe-to-toe in any given week and score with them. Well, score with the Chiefs, right? Like, it's time. Like, the rubber's meeting the road now. This week in Jacksonville, home opener. It is the team that beat you in the divisional round of the playoffs last year. All that plays into it, but it is, all right, show us. We all believe you can, right? We believe you're capable of doing it. Now Mahomes is going to be playing on your field, in your stadium. You're going to have to score with him. In all likelihood, even if Kelsey isn't 100%, it does feel likely to me that he's going to play right on Sunday. So maybe they're not at 100% in this game, but it's still the Chiefs, right? Like, they had all those drops and the pick six and everything that happened last week. They lost by a point.
Yeah, they still had a chance to win the game.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, they're really, really good. Go make it happen, man. We all kind of believe that they can do it. Show up on Sunday. Make it happen.
And Trevor, yesterday, acknowledging that, said you watch both Chiefs' losses from last year and getting ready to play this Sunday.
A few times, especially in the offseason, especially the last one in the playoffs. Obviously, watched that game a lot. Just stuff to learn from all over the board, really. And then I think maybe not as much the first game, having that most recent game against them, kind of watch that more, but watch the first game a couple times as well. So I've seen those games plenty of times, and then now watching them again as we're preparing to play them again. So, yeah, you watch all that tape and try to take something from it.
We'll get back to Trevor here in a sec. D-Rock, when you look at the way Week 1 went, right, we felt like the offense is okay. And they did put up 31 points, right? But we felt like the defense probably surprised us in a positive way. Are we focusing enough on what the offense needs to do? We're just assuming this offense is going to be great, score a ton of points, right? They struggled at times against Kansas City last year, and they put up 20, which is not terrible. And, but it's going to take probably more than 20 to get the job done this week. And I think the focus has been, can they contain Kelsey? Is Kelsey going to be 100%? Are they going to be able to put pressure on Mahomes? Is there enough being talked about whether or not the Jags can solve this Kansas City defense?
I think no, but I think that's because there's a feeling, and I think it's this way in the building too, that they had opportunities to put up more points in those games last year. Just the Agnew fumble inside the 5. That would have cut it to a 3-point lead. I'm still not sure that was a catch, to be honest with you. Should have been an incomplete pass, but whatever. Then all of a sudden you're 3 points down with 5.5 to go, and Mahomes is still hobbling around. Maybe you go get him one time. The earlier game with Kadarius Toney hopping into the end zone because I think it was Devin Lloyd blew the coverage. That's a touchdown. Maybe that was only a field goal, and then now that's a different game, and then you're not having to press late at the end. So I think at home, with the addition of Calvin Ridley, they're not going to be, and Doug Peterson said it, they're not a well-oiled machine in Week 1, but I do think that as you go and the season progresses, this offense should get better and better and better. I would expect this to be a high-scoring game with both teams in the 20s, but you never know with the way this is. But I don't have as many worries about the offense other than the offensive line. But that could also always impact everything else too. But that's the way it always works.
And you get to be around the team during the week. You can feel, you've been in that locker room when it's confident, and you've been in that locker room when it's not, right? Right, over the years here in Jacksonville. And it feels from the outside looking into me, D-Rock, like, especially on the offensive side of the ball, this is a group that's confident that whatever plan they put together is going to work, right? Whatever they're putting in against the Chiefs this week, that's the right plan. We're going to get out there. We're going to execute it. It's going to work for us on Sunday.
Yeah, and they should feel like that, especially after the comeback against the Chargers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, when they went down, what was it, 21-17? Did anybody sit there and go, it's over? I don't think anybody watching the game.
No.
At the game. I mean, and
fact,
in years past,
right.
the first half of last year, probably would have thought they blew it. Game's over.
Right, his team
Game's
doesn't
over.
come back. But, heading to the fourth quarter, I felt like thinking, this is completely different than years past for that exact reason.
Good teams are able to overcome the dumb, stupid crap that happens to you sometimes in games. And that play, the fumble return for a touchdown, was dumb, stupid crap. That's exactly what that was. And if you're a good team, you go, that was dumb, stupid crap. We don't need to worry about that. It's over. We can take care of business. And I think that's what happened, obviously.
Likely to be the zaniest play the Jags are involved in all year.
God,
right?
you would hope if you're the Jags. I
Right?
mean,
zany.
Maybe they can create one on their own.
It's not often you have two fumbles and give up a touchdown on the same play.
Yeah, it was a wild play. Getting back into Trevor Lawrence here, he was also asked about what stands out for him when he looks back at those couple of losses against the Chiefs last year.
The thing that sticks out is when you're playing a team like the Chiefs that is that good, that's been there before, that executes in critical moments, and especially with Patrick on the other side in that offense, you got to take advantage of your opportunities. So there's that, and I think we have learned that the hard way now. And you got to take advantage of your opportunities when you have them. You got to make the plays. You got to be great in critical situations. And I think those are all things that we've gotten better at, but we just got to keep getting better because that's what they're going to do on the other side. So you know who you're playing, and you really got to execute.
All right, so as it stands now, are you expecting a shootout on Sunday?
That's the expectation just with this offense. But, I mean, I got a lot of faith in our defense. So I'm not going to say that I just expect we're going to have to score 40 or whatever, put a number on it. I would never say that. I think our defense is going to do a great job. We're going to put a great plan together and corral, Patrick and those guys as much as they can. And, I got faith in that. But you do understand that even if the final score isn't 30-plus points or whatever it is, you understand the firepower they have that they can answer at any moment.
Wait. Do they have all this? I mean, Mahomes and Kelsey is the firepower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the rest of these guys are just okay, including the running backs. They're just okay.
Yeah, they're just okay. I think it would be a little bit of fool's gold to expect that they drop the ball as much as they did last week again.
Yes.
Right? Like that does feel a little bit fluky to me. That professional wide receivers would have that bad a day just catching the ball. So I don't expect it to be that bad. That doesn't mean that I think the Chiefs' weapons on the outside are good. I don't, right? But I think Mahomes can elevate anybody that he's playing with. And if you get Kelsey back in the offense, that's a difference maker for how they want to run that offense.
Look, if Tony makes one damn catch,
absolutely,
they win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a 14-point swing, however you want to look at it. I mean, catch the ball, it hits you in the hands. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
That's
well, you don't know how the rest of the game plays out. But my point being, if you took Ridley right now, who's I think the most dangerous playmaker the Jags have, right, outside the quarterback, take Ridley off, you go, oh, we still have Kirk and Zay and Evan Ingram and Travis Etienne. I mean, these are dangerous players, and I don't think the Chiefs have a single guy like that where I go. I mean, we all can look at Kadarius Toney. We've seen what he can do, run after the catch when the ball's in his hands, but at the NFL level, he's had one good game in his career. That's it. And so Rashee Rice could do that on any given Sunday. There's just no evidence that these guys are those guys yet, I guess my point.
But you have the two great equalizers, which is a really good play caller and game planner, and Mahomes. And that can make up for a whole heck of a lot. And the broken plays that Mahomes makes, those are the plays that can kill you. And that's what they have to avoid.
I can't wait to see what the building's going to feel like on Sunday with this team playing at home in the regular season for the first time since that win over the Chargers last year, following up that win against the Titans the week before. I expect it to be unbelievable on Sunday against the Chiefs, and Trevor Lawrence was asked about the opportunity to play the Chiefs at home.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Home opener here. A lot of energy, obviously, this offseason about us, about our team, about the season, and it's going to be exciting to see the bank filled up and just encourage all the fans to come out and be loud. I mean, let's use our home field advantage that we have, that we saw kind of at the end of the season last year, because that was incredible. Makes it harder for teams to come in here and play, and obviously Kansas City has a great home field advantage when you play there, and we want it to be the same way here, and our fans have done a great job, so I'm excited for that.
All right, a little bit more from Trevor coming up in hour 2, including his thoughts on Press Taylor, the Jaguars' now full-time play caller. Somebody asking on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, does Kansas City having a new offensive coordinator change anything for Mahomes? I don't think it does, because Eric Bieniemy didn't really call the plays for Kansas City. So, I mean, I'm sure, there might be a little bit less of a comfort level when you've got a guy like that who's a good sounding board or whatever in your building, but I don't think that Patrick Mahomes' effectiveness is impacted.
I don't either.
As long as Andy Reid's still around and, Mahomes is still as engaged as he is at this stage of his career. So I don't think that's the case, but it's not a bad question. Nevertheless, we'll talk about the Jags offensive coordinator coming up next hour. Got the Breakfast Bowl about 25 minutes away. Mike DeRocco's in, Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark, Mike Dempsey here with you. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. One of these fine days, if I ever happen to lose the Breakfast Bowl again, these guys will be treated to a great selection of breakfast items from Dandy, and they'll wonder why they haven't gone this road before with all their losing ways. Well, Dandy makes you a winner if you start the day off with Dandy Foods, or really, if you want breakfast any time of the day. You got the convenience of swinging into a local gate station, heading right to the fresh case, maybe grab something, pop it in the microwave for 30 or 60 seconds, and you're ready to roll with buttermilk biscuits and French toast and light, tasty maple waffles, sizzling country sausage or Black Forest ham or peppered fried eggs, or you name it. They've got just about everything you can imagine on that breakfast menu and all kinds of combinations of them. So just one of the many features of Dandy in the Anytime Deli line of sandwiches and subs. Great breakfast when you want it. When you're hungry in Duval, Dandy's the name to know. So do what I do when you are. Go out and make yours a Dandy and do it today.
Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Studios.
JOI, where the pros go. 1010XL brings you the orange and blue.
Easy on running left, untouched all the way to the goal line.
It's Rocky Top at the Swamp.
Touchdown, Gators!
Florida, Tennessee, Saturday at 7. Pre-game coverage starts at 4 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jeweler for 45 years with GIA-certified diamonds and gemstones, fashion jewelry in gold, and the latest styles. Also know that we have a full-service jewelry repair and restoration department, and our jewelers can get most repairs done in a couple of days. If you need a ring-sized or stone replaced or chain repaired, we can do it. Monahan's also buys gold and diamonds, so bring those in and we'll pay you top dollar. And remember, we can finish most jewelry repairs in a day or two. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Attention corporate event planners and team leaders. Step away from the ordinary and treat your team or clients to an exceptional corporate event at Foursquare Golf Tavern. With great fellowship, elevated food, handcrafted cocktails, and the excitement of golf simulators and football on the big screen, it's an experience you won't find anywhere else. Call or visit our website to learn more about hosting your next corporate event with us. Let's make it a day of team building, celebration, and unforgettable memories at Foursquare Golf Tavern.
Half of me wants a cold.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Thomas Rhett here. My Home Team Tour 23 is on sale now.
Thomas Rhett, Home Team Tour 23 with special guests Cole Swindell and Nate Smith. Friday, September 15th, Five-Star Veterans Memorial Arena. On sale now.
Get your tickets at livenation.com and come party with us.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Good people drink good beer. And great people drink Mokama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mokama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mokama has the perfect beer for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mokama.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball presented by FIS is home for the final weekend at 121 Financial Ballpark. It's Coors Light Thirsty Thursday tonight and Military Appreciation presented by Swisher. The first 2,000 fans get a free hat. Tomorrow is Red Shirt Friday and fireworks presented by Florida Blue and Firehouse Subs. Saturday is Fan Appreciation Night with a doubleheader and fireworks presented by 121 Financial and FIS.
Problems followed by promises followed by proof. That's the game plan for Chad and Sandy. When it comes time for you to sell your home, there is no problem that they can't promise to fix and ultimately give you the proof. Maybe you have a growing family or you're working from home and you need more space. Trust Chad and Sandy. They're the real estate expert that I would trust and recommend for the sale of your home. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Take Randall and Tammy in Keystone Heights. They say we needed to sell fast to move closer to Mom, who needed help. Sadly, our home was listed with another realtor for over 190 days. We heard Chad and Sandy's guarantee on the radio. We hired them. They launched an amazing marketing plan, sold our home in less than 30 days. We left as soon as the offer was official, and Chad and Sandy handled all the rest. That promise, if they don't sell your home, they will buy it. Call the agents I trust and recommend. Chad and Sandy at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
Atlantic Self-Storage, the official storage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Need to make room to watch football in your home or need a place to park your boat or RV? Store it all at Atlantic Self-Storage. Over 50 locations in Northeast Florida. 24-hour access, all with month-to-month leases. Moving? They can help with supplies. They make storage easy. Go to AtlanticSelfStorage.com or call 877-WE-STORE to find a storage solution near you. Go Jags!
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Molly McDonald for 1010XL. This update is brought to you by Everbank. The Tennessee Volunteers look to get their first win in the Swamp since 2003 when they take on the Gators this Saturday at 7 o'clock. The Gators have won 16 of the last 18 meetings. Tennessee coach Josh Heupel talked about the challenges they will face on Saturday.
Yeah, you're not going to completely tune out the noise, but once you get the play call, man, you're focusing on your job. It's 11 guys inside of the white line. I don't care if it's at home, on the road, in the backyard. These guys have been doing it for a long time. You do have to control your emotions, right? You got to have be able to execute and play from within yourself. That'll be a big part of the football game.
Gators versus Volunteers, listen live on 1010XL. It's 86 degrees at 11:01 time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mike DeRocco, Thursday on Jaguars Today, is brought to you by Lloyd's Heating and Air on 1010XL.
Got Philly and the Vikings tonight, Thursday night football. So hopefully we get a decent start to week 2. See how that whole thing goes.
Sunday night's game.
Not good.
Yeah.
Unless you had
the end of the first quarter.
Unless you had the Dallas defense in your fantasy league, buddy. If you did, I'm sure it happened, but I've yet to come across anyone who lost with the Dallas defense in their lineup in all my leagues.
Well, what if they had Joe Burrow as their quarterback?
That's terrible. You know what? I had Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback and had the highest points in the league. Thank you, Dallas defense. So
I like it.
I think even with that, I think they scored like 2 elite players, basically. So, they covered you up if you had a stinker because a lot of people you might have been playing against Burrow. You might have won going away. Let's see. A guy called into Dan and Jeff. This is on the text line. It's on my lifetime enclosures. Said he wants the Googans to go meet the, quote, SOBs at the airport and give them a proper greeting. All for it, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It seems like, I don't know.
Kansas City fans are good Midwestern people.
You don't know that.
Huh?
I don't know that.
I do.
You know them all individually?
Every single one of them.
Every person in the Midwest is a good person? There's no murders in the Midwest?
I just said Kansas City people. I didn't say everybody.
Okay. So You don't think there's ever been a murder in Kansas City or you know?
Yeah, but probably not by a Chiefs fan.
Of course not, right? I mean, come on. They think Jaguar fans are the scum of the earth, by the way. They really do. If you look at the commentary on social media leading into the game last year, like apparently there's this one dude who peed outdoors, right? Like, I'm sorry, man.
Mm-hmm.
Guys will pee outdoors on occasion. I'm not saying it's couth or it's, what you should do, but they extrapolated that to be Jacksonville is a filthy sewer of godless heathens. I mean, they took it to the extreme. And that just goes to show you there's no class. No Jaguars fans has any class. Whatever. Shut the hell up. Maybe we should go to the airport right after this show today.
Demps is all fired up now. Got him fired up.
A little bit. I just don't like that whole,
Look, there are
whole group
jerk
is
fans everywhere.
Exactly.
Good
That's my
fans
point.
everywhere.
I'm not saying by the way, that you should get drunk and pee in the middle of the street. Okay.
Well, if he was in the middle of the street, that is a problem.
I don't think it was the middle of the street. I think he was off to the side of the street. Is my understanding. But it was it was publicly viewable. Let's put it that way. And that's what but I'm sure. Like it's not like there's never been a drunk Chiefs fan that took a whiz in the parking lot before or after their game.
In Philly, they call that Thursday?
Yes. Yeah. That's when that's
I'm pretty
ladies'
sure
night,
that's
okay?
every parking lot in every NFL city.
Every NFL city.
Right? Like there's somebody peeing in the parking lot at all times when you're
By the way,
there.
not your fault, NFL team. I mean, you can't control the drunk hordes that are out there, right? But when Tony and I get done, it's 2 hours after the game, and that walk to La J has a particular odor at times. It just happens, right? It's just that's what goes down, man.
If you look at the text line real quick,
yes.
You forget the most famous Chiefs fan is in jail for robbing a bunch of banks.
The guy, would he dress like a wolf? Because that makes a lot of sense.
Right, but he didn't murder anybody. But,
as far as you know.
Dempsey was talking about murder. I was only talking about murder.
As far as you know.
I'll say this. Park City, home of BTK, is less than 3 hours away from Kansas City.
What the hell are we doing now?
You asked for a murderer from the area. I'm giving you a murderer from the area.
Bind, torture, kill.
Did Bundy ever end up in Kansas City? Were you going to go there?
He probably made his way through on his way down from
Seattle. That was close to us. I'm not
he ended
saying
up
that
in Orange Park.
Right,
I know that.
I'm not saying that
was some
we can't claim
Pacific Northwest riffraff that came slumming down here.
He ended up in Orange Park. I know that.
He
did. He
Stayed
end
at
up
the
in
old
Orange Park?
Holiday Inn right there at 295 and 17.
Yep.
Excellent.
The Holiday Inn, not Halliday. Holiday Inn, yeah.
Holiday. All right.
You brought it up.
I did. It was right in front of me. You're absolutely right. Like my point being,
anyway,
Ted Bundy could have been from anywhere. I think there was anything particular to, the state of Florida where it kicked into high gear when he got down here. That's all I'm saying. Airport idea sounds good to me. Duval, go check the schedule. One of the incoming flights from Kansas City. There can't be that many of them coming to Jacksonville.
No, yeah.
2 or 3 a day, something like that. Go camp out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're just, because we mentioned this, in the mid-'80s, Robert A. Burdella is a serial killer, also known as the Butcher of Kansas City.
See?
So there you go.
You see?
But it doesn't say if he's a Chiefs fan.
Is Chicago considered the good part of the Midwest? Because you had that guy
Love
who
Chicago.
Well, didn't the guy build the Hotel of Horrors there?
Right? H.H. Holmes?
Yes.
Yes.
I love
sharing the World's Fair.
I do too. I do too. It's a really good podcast on H.H. Holmes, by the way. I'm sick and twisted.
Look what you've done to us, D-Rock.
Yeah, it's a bad day.
There's some bad people
This is
out there in
what
the
you
Midwest.
get for defending the people of the Midwest. We won't stand for it.
Murderous thugs is what they are.
I'll say this: they had the worst damn airport ever. But I guess they opened up the new one now in Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yeah.
They had the worst airport in Kansas
City?
City?
It was awful. Yeah. It was awful. But they've opened up
People always complain about Denver's because it's like super spread out. Of course, there's also conspiracy theories about the Denver airport. The UFOs are under there or whatever.
Makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. But I do remember once at the Denver airport taking a plane there. This had to be in around 2007 when I was going on the road covering the Jags. And remember, like, we had sat on the tarmac and a shuttle bus had to come out to the tarmac to, like, take us from the plane into the terminal itself, which seemed like
a
big pain in the ass is what it seemed like, quite frankly. So I don't know. I don't know but you're much more traveled. Give me your top 3 worst airports to deal with.
Oh gosh, top 3 worst.
Jacksonville seems simple.
Jacksonville's the best.
Right, you just
I will
whip right in and out. You got
no
A, B, and C.
Jacksonville Airport slander
It's small.
at all. It's perfect.
It's small, but if your flight is coming there, it couldn't be easier.
Right. Well, Newark is pretty crappy.
Yeah, my wife even remarked about that. She goes, "Didn't we fly into that Newark airport once? Ew, that was terrible."
O'Hare is awful.
Is it?
It's just so big, and I think it took me longer to walk from my gate to the Uber than it did to fly from Jacksonville to Chicago.
See, but like Atlanta's huge, but I feel like you get around really good in Atlanta.
I feel like the O'Hare Airport's worse, and there's all this construction going on in there too. So that's kind of it's not my favorite.
I always feel like you're near that little tram in Atlanta, and it just whips you wherever you need to go, and you're fine.
Yeah, and let me see. I'm not a big fan of Atlanta. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've flown through Atlanta so many times that it's just like, okay, I know that if I have 45 minutes between my connection, I'm landing at A, and my flight's going to be a D. That's
right,
just the
but
way
that's
it
what I'm
is.
saying. Get on the train, baby. Train's going to get you there. They know what they're doing. D-Rock.
See, I got my guy Logan Bowles, NFL photographer. He just said the same thing to me on Twitter. It's like Kansas City has to be the worst airport.
Is that right?
Yep.
I've only dealt with it maybe once.
The old one,
Yeah.
anyway.
Maybe
we flew
20.
out there, but we went with the
Yeah, we
team
went with the
that
team, so we
year.
didn't. That's
Yeah.
right. We didn't even deal with the airport. So
Yeah.
I really have no experience from which to speak on that one. Trevor Lawrence does have experience with his coordinator, Press Taylor, and let's jump ahead of these last 2 cuts here, Pockets, if we could. Trevor Lawrence is talking about the relationship with Press Taylor. Said they speak nearly every single day.
He's really open to any ideas that I have. We talk a lot during the week, just pretty much every day about different parts of the game plan, whether it's today or it's third down or it's red zone. We're always talking about things I like, things I don't like. Maybe I want to add this in this situation, and he's very receptive to all that, and I think he goes about it in a great way.
One more here from Trevor Lawrence, again about offensive coordinator Press Taylor, and Trevor says he explains what makes Press a good offensive coordinator.
He communicates really well with the players, in every position group. He's very involved, and he always having separate conversations with different guys and trying to get a feel for what guys like, trying to make sure guys understand what we're doing. And that's the biggest thing. He's great at conveying like big picture what we're trying to do. Like we get our install today and our game plan for, normal down distance. And he's showing us this is what I was thinking when I built this plan, and he explains all that to us. You've had coaches in the past really at all levels where it's kind of like this is what we're doing, and you just go out there and do it and you learn it, and you might not always know exactly why every little detail is a certain way, but he has a thought process and a plan for everything, and there's a reason why this formation's here, this motion's here, this route adjustment's here, this way we block the run, whatever it is. He's very calculated and all that, and I think that's really cool to watch him just kind of brainstorm and think about things and come up with a plan.
So, D-Rock, what you make of some people were any offensive, misfires had to be directly laid at the feet of Press Taylor, calling plays. How can this be? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but some people were very bothered by it. What did you make of the story?
Yeah, I think it makes me wonder, what Doug – I don't necessarily know it means like Doug is thinking about, I've got 3 or 4 more years left and then I'm done. But I think it was a deal to kind of help Press a little bit too. I mean, Press is going to be a head coach. If this offense functions the way it's supposed to this year and he's able to, and he calls the plays, then, yeah, he's gone after this year. He'll get a head coaching job. So I think there's a little bit of that. And Doug wanted to be involved with, a little bit more CEO-ish. Take that role. But it's not like Press calls the plays and Doug is like, okay, buddy, whatever you want.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, they're all involved in the game plan during the week. They're all involved in and it's like that pretty much everywhere. Everyone thinks it's like the offensive coordinator in a little room going, this is what I'm going to call this week. No, they're all involved with it. And Doug has final say on any call of any decision anyway. So it's not like it's just Press in a vacuum. So every call that Press has made has been vetted during the week or whatever, and Doug was okay with it. So I don't know that the game's called any different if Doug was calling plays.
Yeah, I think if you want to be kind of a destination for the pipeline of hot up-and-coming coordinators, you got to let these guys call their own plays. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a hot coordinator, would you go sign with Kansas City if you didn't have a pre-existing relationship with Andy Reid? If you're not going to get that opportunity, you see how long it took Eric Bieniemy to get another opportunity. It's not as a head coach, right?
Just
to call plays. And so I think this is going to give hey, you're going to sink or swim, but I'm going to give you every opportunity for career advancement. Yeah, we want to do well in the moment, but we think we can. Like you said, they're collaborative on this whole process. But I think, yeah, if you want to continue to attract the best and the brightest, you got to kind of open up that carrot to them or dangle it out there. Like, hey, at least, even if it's not year one when you come in here, by the time year two rolls around, Press Taylor's a full-time play caller, and I'm a pretty damn good play caller, so that opportunity will exist for you.
Nate Hackett got a head coaching job calling plays for Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely. And
it didn't work out, but he still got the job because of it.
And the next guy, whoever that guy is, Tone, is going to have a chance to work with Trevor Lawrence.
Yes,
Eventually. This is assuming Press Taylor gets an opportunity to go somewhere.
It makes it a very desirable job.
Super desirable job.
He'll have his pick of the litter.
But it's, again, would you rather work with Patrick Mahomes and not get to call plays or Trevor and call plays? Right? Like, even if Patrick Mahomes is the gold standard, you're still going to take, I think, the opportunity to call the plays or at least have a glide path to getting there.
Yeah, I think if you would say to people what's your quicker path to becoming the head coach, it would be the place where you call
Correct.
The plays. Yeah.
I guess that's the simpler, more succinct way to put it. All right? Breakfast Bowl coming up next. Bellies are full, pockets are empty. And it's time to go drafting. And Tony will take you around the National Football League as well. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Underdog Fantasy still out there, still rocking. Doesn't matter if you're ready to draft a full team or not. Play Underdog's Pick'em game, and you can hone in on one game or a handful of matchups and have a ton of fun on a weekly basis, regardless of how all your fantasy teams are doing. How does their Pick'em game work? Well, Underdog asks you to pick between 2 and 5 players and just select whether they'll go higher or lower on one of their posted stats, and then do what you usually do on game day. Watch football. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single game by going 5 for 5. It is a fantasy game, but it's real cash on the line. It's so fun, and it's completely legal in the state of Florida. So head over to Underdog's easy-to-use mobile app or website, UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code 1010XL, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. And make sure you always check that lobby for special mystery picks as well for new customers. That's Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code 1010XL. Make your first deposit of $10 or more and get that deposit doubled up to $100. You must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org.
This is Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
JOI, where the pros go. The picks come in every Friday.
This is when the cream rises to the top. This is when things get hot.
Listen for the Otterson Wealth Advisors risk-reward picks of the week.
This is oven mitt time, am I right?
All day Friday on 1010XL.
Did you know the new 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid has an onboard system that charges the battery so you never have to plug it in? When you think Honda, you think quality, value, safety. Now think hybrid. Visit your local Honda dealer and experience the car of tomorrow today.
More than qualified to handle your roof. Call J&M and we'll show you the proof. Check with our customers and they all say only one way to go, the J&M way.
We take pride in doing quality work at a fair price. And you can finance your new roof for as low as $139 per month. J&M Roofing, under the umbrella. Call 904-337-0509.
License number CCC 1331951.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Wingstop is here, and we're serving up some serious flavor. Classic wings, boneless wings, tenders, chicken sandwich, we have it all. Download the Wingstop app or order online at wingstop.com from the new Wingstop at 96604 Argyle Forest Boulevard.
W's and L's are what it's all about in football season, and you know you want to be a winner. Well, don't forget about calling Florida Home AC at 777-4300 before all your friends come over and that AC or heating unit conks out. You'll have that L on your forehead, and that sticks. Make sure your AC can handle the heat and invite the gang over for a win. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, with prompt and quick service to make sure you stay cool in the heat and warm in the winter.
Racetrack is celebrating professional drivers all September with special offers at your local Pritchard Travel Center. Use your Racetrack Rewards app to earn double points on in-store purchases. Fuel up during Truck Driver Appreciation Week with $4 meal deals, a free Nathan's hot dog, and in-store giveaways. 1010XL will be live at the Pritchard store this Thursday from noon to 3. Stop by and show your CDL to win gift cards worth up to $500. Visit rttruckdrivers.com. Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
I'm Taylor Dahl on your Gator Station. 1010XL is your pipeline to Gator Nation. Listen for the Gator Report all year round.
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts. On the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go Gators!
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their positions. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
Summertime is here, and it's time to cast those worries out. And Royal is here to help you do that with our summer termite special featuring Centricon. Starting at just $249. That's right, I said $249, and that's installed.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's a Mike DeRocco Thursday on Jaguars Today. Is brought to you by Lloyd's Heating and Air on 1010XL.
All right, week 2, the rookie's already blown it. No, where's our breakfast bowl intro? Where's the intro?
I thought you said around the league first, and then
we're gonna do the around the league first, but you can only play the intro with the beginning of the segment.
Oh,
so
I could throw it in the middle of the segment.
you could,
yeah.
but all right, I suppose we could. All right, damn it. People want your greedy goblin voice, D-Rock. If you've got any more of that, maybe you can make your picks today in that voice.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea.
It is an idea, that's for sure. All right,
That is what it is.
For Dylan Denmark here, let's now hear from Tony Smith taking us around the league.
Now, Gems Around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Atlanta running back Cordero Patterson was able to practice for the Falcons on Wednesday as he continues to work back from a thigh injury that kept him out week 1. Baltimore tight end Mark Andrews was limited in practice on Wednesday. Andrews was held out last week because of a quad injury. Los Angeles Chargers running back Austin Eckler did not practice on Wednesday because he was attending the funeral of his agent. Cameron Weiss, Chargers head coach Brandon Staley, said on Monday that Eckler's practice status this week would be unclear because of an ankle injury he picked up coming out of week 1. Dallas wide receiver Brandon Cooks did not practice Wednesday due to a knee injury. And guard Tyler Smith did not practice because of a hamstring injury. Arizona running back James Conner was limited in practice on Wednesday with a calf injury. Indianapolis running back Zach Moss was a full participant Wednesday as he continues to work back from a broken arm that held him out week 1. And Carolina Panthers corner J.C. Horn may land on the injured reserve because of a hamstring injury, according to head coach Frank Reich.
All right, thank you very much there, Tony. So, I guess the time to use Bijan was week 1. Now that Cordero Patterson is in to wreck the Falcons' backfield.
Could be.
Good luck, losers. All right, fire us up, Pockets.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beautiful people all across the world. Let's get ready for the Breakfast Bowl Challenge!
Yeah, Pockets is right. That could play anytime. All right, so there we go. Tony, can you recap for us how things went in week 1?
Week 1, the winner was Dempsey with 88.32 points. About 22 points clear of me, and second was 66.8. Then D-Rock in third with 48.5.
Bad week.
With T. Higgins posting the 0 despite playing last week. Dylan had Christian Watson, who didn't play last week, to put up the 0 and lost the week with 42.3.
So how was it, like 2 point different?
It was about 6.
It was 6.
Oh, 6. Okay, I didn't hear what the exact total was on D-Rock. So about 6 points. So, hey, you know what? You pick injured players, you win injured prizes is what you do.
This is true.
So this week's draft order, we'll go reverse order of last week's numbers. Dylan, D-Rock, Tony, myself, we draft a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and a flex. Cannot use the same guy twice all year. Cannot use a guy that anyone else has taken in that given week, or you'll get a big fat 0 for him. So, Dylan.
Yes, sir.
You're on the clock.
First pick, give me Christian McCaffrey.
Dylan was saying this morning, I got to save some of these big guys. Apparently, he wasn't talking about
Apparently
Christian
that's
McCaffrey.
the second round, yeah.
Yes, all right. Christian McCaffrey off the board. All right, D-Rock.
Joshua Kelly.
Joshua Kelly. You pretty confident that Eckler's not playing?
Apparently.
Yeah,
Sweet.
because I have him on another fantasy team, and I'm just going to get screwed there. So.
Oh, okay. So this is I'm counting on getting screwed somewhere.
Correct.
Kind of selection for yourself. All right, Joshua Kelly. All right, interesting. I wouldn't have taken Eckler this week, but that's a bold one.
That is bold.
What you got, Tom?
Sometimes you have to make a bold move.
I will go Saquon Barkley.
Okay. Yep, there goes my top 2 running backs, and Kelly wasn't among them. All right, well, let's see here. I am going to go with Jared Goff at quarterback.
Okay.
At home versus Seattle. And I'm not going to play the hookup game with him because I already used my guy last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs.
Angry Stephon Diggs.
At wide receiver. He's a bad guy. Just a bad guy.
Mad
I don't
at the
know if
meeting.
he's bad or not. Tony, you got Saquon. Who's next?
I will go Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. Okay. D-Rock?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jordan Love, please.
Jordan Love was on my QB short list this week. Didn't love the quarterbacks this week. Just didn't love the matchups and what have you. All right, so Love is gone. On to you, Dylan. You got CMC. You got 2 picks here.
Let me get the other Chargers receiver, Mike Williams.
You mean Quentin Johnston?
Mike Williams.
I got you. I'm just kidding. He is one of the other Charger receivers.
And then let me go tight end, Dallas Goedert.
Okay, bounce back.
Bounce back, yeah.
Won the bounce back game, playing the Thursday night game. Very dangerous. Very dangerous game being played here. D-Rock, Jordan Love, Joshua Kelly.
A.J. Brown, please.
A.J. Brown. Everybody loading up on their Eagles right now. Tony, you got Saquon and Keenan Allen.
I do. Let's see. I will go Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
Quiet as we all jot the notes.
Really, right? How do you spell Ramondre?
I was more worried about Stevenson. PH or V? I can't remember.
He's the V guy.
I'll go Josh Jacobs at running back. You know, honestly, I was sitting there waiting for Tony to make another pick.
I was too.
I really was, right? I was like who's he going to take
come
next?
on, what are you
This
doing?
is going to be interesting.
Shouldn't be that hard.
Who's he going to have?
Do this for a living.
But you know what? It worked for me last week.
Oh.
Get a little Jaguar love with Evan Ingram.
All right.
Tight end. All right, Tony, need a quarterback or a tight end here?
Let's see. Let's take a look at this one last time. Okay. I'll go Justin Fields.
Okay. D-Rock, tight end or a flex?
Yeah, I'm going to go Chris Olave, please.
Oh, you little...
I'm sorry, what was
little
that?
bad person. Starts with bad person and ends with bad person. Dylan, quarterback and a flex.
All right, give me Anthony Richardson, quarterback.
Okay.
Flex. Give me Jamar Chase.
Okay. He's team bounce back is what he is.
Yes.
All right, D-Rock, need a tight end.
Sam Laporta, please.
Laporta. Going to be catching them all from my quarterback, Jared Goff. So you're going to have a big week. Tony, tight end.
TJ Hawkinson.
Okay. Hawkinson. Boy, I'm going to just end up loading up on the same games here. I got 2 in Bills Raiders. I think I'm going to... Let me just check here. Nah, you know what? I'll go Mike Evans. This is going to be a 2 wide receiver week for me. I kind of felt like coming out of it. All right, so Mike Evans will be my flex. Excuse me, this week. Dylan has Anthony Richardson, Christian McCaffrey, Mike Williams, Dallas Goedert, Jamar Chase. D-Rock has Jordan Love, Joshua Kelly, A.J. Brown, Sam Laporta, Chris Olave. Tony going with Justin Fields, Saquon Barkley, Keenan Allen, T.J. Hawkinson. You did say Hawkinson, right?
I did.
Okay, and Ramondre Stevenson. I go Jared Goff, Josh Jacobs, Stephon Diggs, Evan Ingram, and Mike Evans. I should be the winner again because I took a Jacksonville Jaguar. Baby, just like ETN in week 1. All right, there you go. Breakfast Bowl in the books.
So which player for Dylan's going to get hurt this week?
Oh, we taking bets on that?
Mike Williams.
That's probably a good bet.
Yeah, it's right. You know, like I've got way too many shares of
It'll be
no,
Chase.
no. Shut up. Way too many shares of Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase will be fine. Maybe Goddard, but probably Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Is my
No
guess.
McCaffrey?
No.
Leave him alone.
God, hush your mouth.
Leave him alone.
Oh,
Hush
okay.
your
I
mouth.
understand what y'all are doing here.
Come on now.
I considered him, too, for the same reason. Like,
D-Rock, did you win or lose? You lost in the opener, didn't you? In your Jaguars Today game.
I did, yes. I did, yes, because my number 1 pick was not available.
Who's your number 1 pick, Cooper Kupp or Kelsey? You had a
Kelsey
pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fred Taylor on Tuesday auto-drafted his whole draft. I think he had the high score in the league. So, very scientific, this fantasy football thing.
Fantasy football, people don't want to admit there is a large element of luck.
There is no doubt. I think honestly, regular season is more about managing your team. Get to the playoffs, it's like 80% luck.
Yep.
You know, like you can have the best lineup out there and get beat by fluky guy going crazy.
But no one would have expected Burrow to be that bad. That's bad luck.
That was bad.
Or bad. Higgins. Or Chase.
Well, I mean, Burrow did
or
miss.
literally anyone
Burrow
else
did
on that
miss
damn
basically
offense.
all the preseason.
Yeah, correct.
You know?
But 82 was it? You said 86?
82, I think. Yeah, it was bad. What can I tell you? All right, today's question of the day presented by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. Heading into week 2, what's your biggest concern for the Jags? Can they cover Kelsey? Offensive line health? Pass rush? Press Taylor calling plays? You tell us. We'll let you know what you said, and we'll debate that when we return in a moment with the Chad and Sandy Real Estate question of the day. D-Rock's here. Fat Tony, Dylan Denmark, Mike Dempsey. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey. You heard me talking a lot about Pella Windows and Doors. I trust them in my house. Why wouldn't I? They have great ratings and expert reviews. You know that they're high quality and energy efficient products. They've proven to be that in my house. What's your next step if you want to consider Pella? Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or just stop by the Pella showroom. They're on Phillips Highway. Got a very professional group of design consultants that will guide you through any project you have from start to finish. That's the quality and service that you can expect from my friends at Pella Windows and Doors.
Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Studios.
JOI, where the pros go.
I thought the guys battled for 4 quarters. They played hard. They played tough.
Now fires toward the end zone, back in the end zone, caught for the touchdown! Calvin Ridley, his first score!
I had a couple explosive plays there and thought he really did a good job.
Not a surprise to me. He played great.
The Jags have stuffed them on 4th down for the 3rd time today.
Defense really kept us in the game.
Creating takeaways, they did that.
Intercepted by Tyson Campbell.
We pick each other up. We feed off one another. That's what makes teams great, and we got to continue to do that.
Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs.
We're going in the right direction, and I want to play a meaningful game.
Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
Let John Smith Subs be your first choice for huge, mouth-watering subs and sports talk. Because John Smith Subs doesn't play games with flavor, so every visit feels like a championship celebration. Experience the thrill of the grill with specialty subs like the famous steak bomb and the gator with chicken, steak, bacon, kielbasa, and a little swamp sauce. Plus a full lineup of cold and hot deli subs, including the best Cuban in Duval. Bring your big mouth to John Smith Subs on Hodges and JTB.
Hey folks, you know you want shark coatings, and the time is now. So close your eyes and let's imagine your garage. Wait, if you're driving, please don't close your eyes. Just wait till you get home. The rest of you see those cracks, the stains? It looks dark, dull, and dreary. It's nothing you're proud of. It's your house junk drawer. Now, see your floor with shark coatings. It's bright, it's durable, it's fresh. Since it's non-porous, it will be so much easier to clean. Don't imagine your garage, driveway, porch, or pool deck this way. Get with shark coatings and have a brand new space with new possibilities.
Tailgaters Parking is ready for football. Tailgaters proudly offers game day parking. Arrive 4 hours before kickoff and enjoy indoor restrooms, Growler's full-service bar and grill, and easy access in and out. Visit tailgatorsparking.com.
Tim Pearson here, founder of Chattanooga Whiskey. Did you know that Chattanooga Whiskey was awarded Craft Producer of the Year by Whiskey Magazine? We spent years perfecting our unique style of bourbon we call Tennessee High Malt. Try a bourbon that's truly best in craft today. Drink Chattanooga Whiskey, enjoy responsibly.
No dental insurance? No problem. Introducing the Care Plus program from the dental offices of Dr. James McCall. For only $625 per year, you will receive 2 cleanings and dental exams, a full set of x-rays, plus 1 emergency dental exam and x-ray. You'll also receive a 20% discount on all other services offered. Kids 12 and under will receive the same program for only $525. Call Dr. McCall today at 620-9225.
Nobody has a passion for football like Tommy Mack. Okay, let's be honest about something. Tom McManus.
It's my opinion.
Friday from 10 to noon. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
When did Disneyland in California open? And what did it cost to build? The answer coming up.
It's always a good idea to compare homeowners' insurance rates instead of renewing year in and year out. Log on to southernoak.com and get an instant quote in minutes.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Disneyland was built in 1955, almost 70 years ago, at a cost of $17 million.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Did you know that many cooling companies are now part of big conglomerates with no connection to Northeast Florida? In the past, they have concentrated on heating and air conditioning, but after a buyout, many add plumbing and electrical services. This raises their overhead, and those costs are passed on to the consumer. It's a case where bigger isn't better, it's just more expensive. Not Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Mike Merritt remains family-owned and operated. Merritt's focus has been the same for more than 30 years, keeping Northeast Florida comfortable, no matter what the weather. And there are no overtime or weekend surcharges. Mike Merritt's team does not work on commission. They repair only what needs repair and offer replacements only on what can't be fixed. And unlike at giant corporations where you can feel like just another number, with Mike Merritt you'll feel like number one. Florida license CACO 50384.
Whether you're undertaking a major home renovation or just a simple repair request, American Electrical is your 5-star Jacksonville-based electrician to get the work done right. Experienced design building department working seamlessly with their electrical contracting department to help you create beautiful lighting spaces and electrical plans that make your house flow. And remember, with American Electrical, it's wired right at a fair price. Call American Electric at 737-7770. Look for that red, white, and blue eagle on the side of their truck, and you'll know it's American Electrical.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about exceptional customer service. From the first call to the final inspection, Superior's team provides first-class care with great communication, friendly installers, and quality fence products. There's a reason why Superior is the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your new fence today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
The YMCA provides after-school care programs for kindergartners through middle school at over 40 sites across the First Coast. Our programs focus on safety, health, social and emotional growth, and academic enhancement. At the Y, your child can build self-reliance, get help with schoolwork, explore new talents, and develop healthy relationships with others, all in a safe, nurturing environment. Plus, financial assistance is available. Learn more at fcymca.org.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Sunday's big game between the Jaguars and Chiefs is a marquee matchup of two of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Patrick Mahomes to the pylon. Touchdown. Trevor now scrambles to his left, still looking downfield. Now fires toward the end zone, back in the end zone. Caught for the touchdown! Calvin Ridley, his first score as a Jaguar!
Patrick Mahomes against Trevor Lawrence, Part 3. Sunday at 1 o'clock from Everbank Stadium. Our game day coverage of this NFL heavyweight bout begins with the kickoff show Sunday morning at 8 on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. It's a Mike DeRocco Thursday on Jaguars Today. Is brought to you by Lloyd's Heating and Air on 1010XL.
Hey, so D-Rock, how are things going to work with London calling in a couple of weeks with you and the Breakfast Bowl and your availability? Like, what all is going to happen?
I will have to call and join you via phone.
Okay.
At the
I mean, we can work around
time.
that. That's fine.
Yeah, because I'm leaving that Thursday afternoon.
You're leaving that Thursday afternoon. Okay.
Yeah,
So
well,
you'll still be in town then, so you can call. Like, we don't have to worry about like you being shuffled off to a practice in London.
No. My flight leaves Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
And
and why is he not coming in?
Well, I
the show
could,
that
I
morning?
need the flight. I think leaves like 1-ish.
1-ish.
12:45. 1.
It's like 3:15.
It
right?
is not
Right.
3:15.
1-ish. It's. I'll tell Dempsey it'll be 1-ish.
It's not.
And this guy's
Why would I not
bragging
want-
about how easy the Jacksonville airport is, and he has to
Right.
leave here, an hour and a half, 2 hours
He's got his
before the
own
flight.
lane, Tony. Like they
is
show. Oh,
unbelievable.
D-Rock lane. Come on through.
I
Come
do
on.
have a guy who escorts me through security, though.
See?
Ah.
Look at this. But no, we'll work at it. So, no, in all seriousness, like, what is your coverage plan? You're going there for the Atlanta game.
Correct.
But then they're sending the Bills,
The Bills
guys
rider the following week.
for the following week. so
Yeah,
whoever the
so-
home team is.
Yes.
Okay.
So
it'll be
I'll
called
there.
the Full English Breakfast Bowl that week.
That's what we will do.
That'll be awesome.
Beans for everyone.
Beans and a slice of tomato. Tony loves tomato.
I do.
Well,
Tony's weird like
tomato's
that.
good.
That's
I'll have
Tony's
it
favorite food.
Like
though.
as just the side with the dish that I'm eating? Yeah, give me a sliced
Little
tomato.
salt
I'm
and
good with
pepper
that.
on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
My wife loves tomato sandwiches.
I've done it before. That's for sure.
Do they have they have all these weird things in a can, right? Now, like at some, you're not going to find it maybe at Publix, but at some higher end grocery establishment, do they have the full English breakfast in a can?
God,
you know
I
what I
hope
mean?
not.
Where everything's layered in there. You know
God,
what
I
I'm
hope
talking
not.
about? You know, they have a chicken in a can.
Are you talking like
you know this?
overseas or here?
I'm talking about anywhere. Like, primarily overseas. I need to look into this in case I lose that week, and I'll get you guys a can of English breakfast.
I will, if I find one when I'm over there, I will bring it back for you, and you can eat it live on air. How's that?
Why should I eat it?
Because you just asked about it. Is that fair,
I
Tony?
did ask about it.
It
Yeah.
seems fair.
It seems fair.
I'll open it, and you guys can split it if I lose the breakfast bowl. That's what you'll get. You'll get each one shared spoon and a can of English breakfast.
Yeah.
That'll
So
be
I'm going to go for
fantastic.
that game, and then we have some friends that live several hours outside of London in Yorkshire. So we're going to go spend several
big on the
days
pudding
with them.
there.
Yes. Apparently, yes.
From what I'm told.
Yes.
So, all right, let's get today's question of the day, presented by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. Heading into week 2, what is your biggest concern for the Jags? Pockets, if you would.
10-10
take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take. Brought to you by J&M Roofing Jacksonville, your storm restoration specialists.
Yeah, Pockets is like, see, I can play these things whenever I damn well please. All right, just shut up. And you talk, and I will play things. All right, so let's debate it, guys. The choices we gave, can they cover Travis Kelce, the health of the offensive line, the pass rush, Press Taylor calling plays? What else would you add to this list of concerns? What do the Jags have as a concern, Tony, right now?
Yeah.
Or could be something we're not talking about enough.
Yeah, I think, look, the pass rush showing up the way that it did last week, I think, is a bit of a concern, right? It was such a different pass rush plan in week 1 than it's going to be this week for this football team. And they got the 4 sacks last week, 3 for Josh, as you mentioned off the top. You know, it's different, right? The 2 of them are him getting to the sideline and getting AR out of bounds. Good for him, right? That's a good play for Josh Allen in that kind of game. This week is different. You got to get after Mahomes this week if you're going to get those kind of numbers. And I'm curious to see what it's going to look like when it's a more straight up go hit the quarterback kind of game plan, right? Defensively, what that's going to look like, because I do think that was the big concern this season was, can they affect the opponent's passer when they need to late in a game like this? Like, can that side of the ball make something happen for them when the offense is holding their end of the rope, you know? And so I'm curious to see if they can carry whatever momentum they created for themselves last week. And it was nice to see that it was the best players on that side of the ball coming into the year that played the best, right? And I think they need that week to week to have any kind of chance to make that kind of thing happen. It has to be Josh Allen, and it has to be Tyson Campbell, and it has to be Foye. And look, if Fatukasi can stack it up, 2 weeks in a row, that would be really good, especially with the questions we have about the depth of that interior line right now.
Absolutely. My biggest concern, other than those 4, ball security. Calvin Ridley put the ball on the ground. Trevor had the ball knocked out of his hand on the sack. Tank Bigsby picked it up, then had it knocked out of his hand. I mean, like, those are the things. The interception, which was off of Tank Bigsby's hands. So not a great game for Tank, but, got to keep the reasons they lost those games up in Kansas City last year were missed opportunities like that. So they've got to stop those things. Hold on to the ball. Whether you force a couple of turnovers or not, just hold on to the football and don't give the Chiefs any extra possessions.
Yeah, no doubt, right? Press your advantage when you have it and make sure you make them pay. If they give you short fields, you got to pay them off with touchdowns. It's all the things that are like classic keys to victory in any week are particularly important, I think, when you play a team that is as good, if not better than you. And you got to give them the, whether they prove to be better than this year will play out.
Yeah.
But coming in, you got to say, she's sort of defending champs. It's not a knock on the Jags to give them their proper respect as the visiting team. 54.8%. We got about 350 votes on this so far. 54.8%. Going with the health of the offensive line being their biggest concern right now. And I understand that, right? Because it's a bit of a mystery. We don't know. With the 2 of the 5 offensive linemen missing practice, Ben Barch didn't play great last week. Anton Harrison had his struggles, and Logs basically said Walker Little's pretty good, and the rest of it was just okay.
It's the story of the last month, right? It's the story of the last 2 weeks in the preseason, D-Rock, and then coming into the regular season. You felt really good about the depth on the offensive line 4 or 5 weeks ago, and now you're like, all right, it's fully tested, right? Like, we're getting to the limit of what that depth actually looks like already here in week 2 potentially. I'm with you. I hope that Fortner's able to play. You made it sound like they sound pretty confident that he's going to be able to go on Sunday for him at center, but if he can't, then yeah, all the depth that we talked about feeling good about in preseason, it's on the field, right? And Chris Jones is coming back this week. You know, if you don't have Sheriff and you don't have the center, now you have to make the decisions, well, who's playing next to our rookie right tackle in that situation as well. So it's being fully tested early on in the season already.
Yeah, and as a general rule, teams don't have very much depth anyway.
For sure.
Along the offensive line. I just don't know what the better – if those two guys can't play, Sheriff's not playing, but if Fortner can't play, I don't know what the better plan is, whether that's keeping Shatley at right guard so he can be a solid veteran presence next to the rookie right tackle, or make Shatley the center and have Hance, Williams, whoever, Van Lanen, whoever you're going to throw in there at right guard, and then you've got inexperienced rookie on the right-hand side over there. And I don't know about you, but I know where I'd put Chris Jones on pretty much every snap.
Oh, absolutely. Every one of these in there. And I put him in on all the high-leverage snaps. And, you know, first and second down, don't worry about it. But every third down, he'd be in there. And I don't know. I think, look, he said he could play. Nick Bosa basically said he was ready to go for a full workload last week. I don't think he ended up playing that many snaps because they were dominating so much, and they didn't need to. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to presume that Chris Jones is only going to play 15 or 20 snaps. Maybe. I hope that's the case, you know, and I hope Travis Kelce's not ready for a full workload.
Yeah.
But I think if you're the Jags, you got to anticipate that they are.
Well, I hope it's the case because he can't go, right, as opposed to why Bosa didn't, right, which is the Chiefs get in control, and they say, you know what, we don't need our guys to expose them to anything. We don't need any of that nonsense. Like, we need Jones to be put in high leverage situations late in the game where maybe he is gassed and not the same player that he would be if he had had an entire training camp, preseason, and all those things. That he does look like a player that this is the first time he's had the chance to be on the field for the Chiefs. Make him look like that in the fourth quarter and expose what could be still a weakness for this Chiefs front for the Jags, where, look, we expect the Jags offense to be the strength of this football team this year. Flex this week, boys. This is the week where it has to start happening. You're going up against the defending Super Bowl champions in your building. Let's see it on the field. It didn't show up week one against the Colts, right? It was kind of up and down. Mm-hmm. You do go 3 for 3 in the red zone. Good, right? That's quality. When they got down there and had the opportunities, they could have put 50 on the Colts last week. They put up 31. That was enough to win. The offense needs to be better this week if they're going to beat the Chiefs, you would think.
I agree. All right, offensive line health, 54.5%. Covering Kelce, 36.9%. Pass rush only at 5.4%, which is amazing, right, after the entire offseason, that 1 week.
It's fixed.
It was good in week
fixed.
one. Yeah. Not necessarily fixed entirely. Again, like you said, different guy, different plan of attack. All those things, but for 1 week I was encouraged, and then Press Taylor calling plays, not the concern of that many, 3.1%, over 350 votes on that. All right, we'll have some final thoughts with Mike DiRocco coming up here in a moment, but first, Joe C. and the XL Primetime crew.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet, keeping 1010XL on track with wholesale prices and premium service. Tire Outlet, Jacksonville's largest locally owned automotive repair shop.
So Pockets tells me that the XL Primetime crew is at the racetrack off Pritchard Road, and so I read that in my head as they're on Racetrack Road, and I'm like, that's great. Where on Racetrack Road, Dylan? Tell me. Are they just wandering up and down Racetrack Road right now? Yeah. Joe C. You're at the
Who's
racetrack.
on first?
Yes, there's a total situation bouncing around my head, but you're at the racetrack off Pritchard Road, and tell us what's going on out there today.
Well, it is cool because you come rolling up here, Mike, and everybody can appreciate this. It's National Truck Driver Appreciation Month, and Racetrack is celebrating it. Let me tell you something. You roll up here, and Denmark did say this is kind of his neck of the woods. There's commerce. There is business happening up here, okay, because these 18-wheelers, when we came off of 295, dude, they are everywhere. And so they've set it up, and I'm just going to tell you a couple of quick things. They want truck drivers to come in and say hey to us on XL Primetime. And, Casey, they have about 35 envelopes, something like that is what it looks like. They have $20 gift certificates here at Racetrack for them. There's a $100 gift certificate. There's a $200 gift certificate, and there's a $500 gift certificate. So that's how much they love the truck drivers. But definitely drop on by by, say hello to us, talk a little Jaguar ball. I've already seen one of our dudes come in that wants to meet Leon, and he is decked out in Jaguar gear. So
yeah,
that's
man.
And you guys know this, and everyone is so jacked up for this game coming up on Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. So what else will we be getting into today, Joe?
We definitely need to talk a little bit more about these college football games. Does Florida have a chance against Tennessee? What's wrong in Alabama? We'll look at all the big college games along with all the other NFL games. And I've put it out there, if this team can win here and 3 other AFC teams, including the Chiefs, that were in the playoffs last year could all drop to 0-2. And how big would that be for the hometown team?
Oh, it'd be amazing, man. All right. Hey, have a great show out there today, Joe. And we'll be listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. XL Primetime coming your way. And because the internet has the answer to everything, hunger breaks for an all-day tasty filler in a can, baked beans, sausages, mushrooms, pork and egg nuggets, and bacon.
What the hell
It's
are
as close as you'll get. I don't know what a pork and egg nugget is, but it's in that can, and that's as close to the full English. I guess you got to supply the tomato slice because that'd probably just get
whoever
turned into
found
soup.
that, or did you just find it?
I just Googled
okay.
full English breakfast in a can, and it's there for you.
Go to Amazon, order it.
Yuck.
I will. This was actually a story on this from July, so this is like legit out there right now. And it even adds, not clear what egg nuggets actually are. That's what the article says. And it also does reference the whole chicken in a can as well. See? So it's hitting all the high notes right here. So you have that to look forward to if I ever have a bad week in fantasy. Okay.
He's ordering like 3 of them right now.
I'm going to get an order, just have them on hand, ready to go. I mean, I don't imagine you can get them just in a few days' time. So, you got to make this a...
Got to make a plan, yeah.
Make a plan, Tony. Exactly. Yeah. D-Rock, what's the plan for your coverage of the Jags this weekend, the next few days? What do you got coming up at ESPN.com?
I'm actually writing about the pass rush, and, is the first week an indication things have changed and they're headed in the right direction.
Wouldn't that be nice, man? Right? Like all of a
tough,
sudden.
Tough.
Now,
tough job against Mahomes, though.
Yes. What was your bet with Fan Cam? Someone referenced that on the text line this morning. What was the number? Was it like 35 or something like that? You guys had an over-under bet.
The question was, would it be more than 35? And I said no.
You said no. Okay. What are the stakes in this wager?
I don't.
Full English breakfast in a can?
No, I don't remember, to be honest with you. It might have been, round of golf, I think is what he said.
Okay.
Maybe.
There you go. That seems that would be the kind of thing we would bet. So, yes.
Right.
All right.
For entertainment purposes
I just
only.
want to play. I just want to get the invite. I'll pay for myself, no matter how that works out. All right, D-Rock, great stuff. Appreciate it, man. And have you made your official prediction, or are you willing to share with us where it will go?
I'm not sure which way I'm going on that
Okay.
yet, to be honest with you. I'd like to know more about the offensive line this week.
I gotcha.
Until I really feel good about that.
Maybe we'll get some of that knowledge, but I've got one rattling around in my head, but we'll make ours tomorrow on Keys to Victory Friday. All right, D-Rock, have a good week.
Appreciate it, guys.
Good to see you. Mike DiRocco, may all of your fantasy players perform poorly. But other than that, glad you had a nice breakfast courtesy of Dylan Denmark. That'll do it for us today. For D-Rock, glad we could bring you some of the thoughts of your quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Tom McManus will be in with us tomorrow. And, of course, Tony Smith and Dylan Denmark every day. I can't shake them. Try as I might. Just can't shake them. I'm Mike Dempsey. Thank you for listening to Jaguars Today. XL Primetime is next. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, is your vehicle in need of some tender, loving care?